Hey ladies, it's TamikiaTT. Welcome back. All right, so I got my little bug here. He's Jaden. Well, he just ate and burped, and so now he has hiccups. But guess what? We are 4 weeks now. We have 4 weeks. We had our 4 week. Hi, bud. Hi. We had our 4 week appointment today. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Where he weighed 9 pounds and 2 ounces. Yes. He didn't get any shots or anything. And I didn't get his height. But 2 weeks ago we were at the pediatrician for a weight check where he weighed 8 pounds even. And he was 21 inches even, which meant he grew a quarter of an inch in that 2 weeks. So I don't know if he's another quarter of an inch taller. I didn't get his height. I will go into the records when they put his summary in, and I'll put his height down here. Yeah. So we got a bib. This is his Halloween bib. If you want Instagram, then you would have seen that we were a superhero for Halloween, and I'll put a little picture. Ooh. I'll put a little picture right here. We were a superhero. As you can see, he visited the Spider-Verse for Halloween. And he was a little tuckered out after visiting the Spider-Verse. So, yeah. So we just ate. And he might be going through his first leap a little early. Typically, my doula suggested this app called Wonder Years. And so Wonder Years basically uses his due date to determine when his leaps will be. Yeah. So I guess because he was born almost 2 weeks early, she said his leaps might be slightly askew, right? So for the past couple of days, we've been going through this situation where he would eat and not go to sleep. It's very typical of him to eat and not go to sleep one time during the day. But for the last few days, he would eat and not go to sleep all the time. And to the point where he would just get cranky and be fussy because I know he was tired, but he just would not go to sleep. He kind of sort of catnap a little bit, go to sleep for maybe 10 minutes or so, and then wake up. I could not put him down. So we've had a rough few days. Today has been a little bit different. But the good thing about those days where he wouldn't sleep during the day, he would sleep really well at night. So I guess that worked in my favor. But I was tired all day long and I couldn't get anything done. Anything that I wanted to get done. So, but that's what's going on. This is pretty much our 1 month update. So you can see he's awake and alert. He's going to be awake as long as he has these hiccups. He's definitely not going to go to sleep. But he's now following me with his eyes when he breastfeeds. He now looks up at me. He was not doing that before. So I'm so glad that he looks up at me now when he breastfeeds. So that's really sweet. And so I tried to engage. So I saw this video on YouTube, and I'm going to link it in the description. And this was what's your baby trying to tell you, basically, like cues. So cues that he's hungry, cues that he's engaged, so that's a good time to play with him. Cues that he's disengaged, so stop overstimulating him, and kind of let him mellow out a little bit. Yeah, he's gonna be going to sleep soon because we just ate, and he's been so spit uppy lately. Yeah, he's been so spit uppy lately. Now he's got hiccups now. I gave him some gripe water earlier. So I don't want to give him gripe water again, although you can give it to him multiple times in a day. But I will say that gripe water is really good to get rid of the hiccups. Yeah. I guess I could give it to him. I only gave him a half dose because he's a month old. He can have a whole teaspoon, but I only gave him a half a teaspoon. Anyway, yeah, you hear mommy talking? You hear mommy talking? Yeah? Yeah, you hear mommy talking? so, um, so we're doing that. The pediatrician mentioned this other liquid to give him because he is incredibly gassy and he really struggles when he's pushing the gas out. I mean, it just seems really painful for him. And she said, that's typical. They call it purple baby cry or something like that because his whole body goes red and he just is really pushing it out. And I asked her, I said, do babies get hemorrhoids? Because if I push that hard, I would certainly have hemorrhoids. And so she just said that, it's just like a phase that the babies go through. And of course, the hiccups are very common as well. So, but that's good. The only thing is, we've seen that pediatrician a few times. She's moving to another office. And I thought I was going to follow her to that office, but that office is clear across town. So I'm going to have to reschedule his 2-month appointment back at this office because she said Winter Garden. I was thinking Winter Park, and Winter Park is not that far, but Winter Garden is clear on the other side of town. That's too far. Especially, him as a kid, and once I go back to work and having to take him to appointments and stuff like that. So no, and no. We're just going to have to stay at that office and get used to another pediatrician. She is really sweet, and I like her demeanor, and she's always like really excited and stuff to see him. But that's just too far. And I can't do that. I can't do that. That's total inconvenience. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to just reschedule that appointment back for the same office instead of following her to the other office. So, there's that. Yeah. There's that. And I'm trying to think. We did do some visiting today. I went to my dentist's office. Yes. And they were so happy to see him. Yes, they were so happy to see him. And I hung out there and I had a balance on my account. So we settled that. I reminded them that I had a cracked tooth. So we got an x-ray while I was there. We weren't able to get an x-ray before because I was pregnant. So they had done the LED light thing. So they got an x-ray while I was there. And they were writing up the orders and stuff basically for me to get a crown. The tooth is like cracked in multiple places. So another crown on the other side of my mouth. Great. So it is what it is. Fortunately, the tooth is not bothering me too much. And we just have to get another crown. That's it. Yeah. So that was a productive visit. Not just for them to see him, but for me to get some dentistry taken care of. So I have an appointment to go in for a cleaning. I'm overdue for a cleaning. So I have an appointment to go in for that next week. So I'll go in. They'll be more than happy to watch him while I'm back there getting my cleaning done. Yeah. They're just in love with him. Yes, they are. Yeah. And so, and they're just all really, really sweet. Also, I've been having a lot of pain, like in my shoulders, across like the back of my neck and stuff. And a lot of that has to do with my posture, picking him up, leaning over to change him. My posture when I feed him, I tend to scrunch my shoulders up. I'm trying to be really conscious to like just relax my shoulders. But I have such long arms, so my elbows are like really low. So I'm having to like, I got fairly small boobs. So I'm having to like bring him up. So that makes me do this. So, I do have a boppy pillow here, but it's like the boppy pillow is like too high or something, or just not high enough, or something about the boppy pillow is just kind of uncomfortable. So I tried using the boppy. I abandoned using the boppy as far as feeding him. And so now I just do in my arm and try to lean back to kind of relax my arm a little bit. So he's kind of like laying on my stomach and feeding, and I mean not so much holding him. Now in the hospital, I was able to like sort of prop some pillows, and that would help my arm quite a bit. So maybe I can use the boppy pillow that way. I don't know. But yeah, so at the 1 month, he's a lot more alert. He's following more with the eyes. And he does still sleep 4+ hours undisturbed, but he does seem to be going through his first leap. I'm not sure. I mentioned it to the pediatrician. She said it's possible he might be going through the leap a little bit early, the 6-week leap a little early. So we'll see. I don't know. He seems to be okay today with the falling asleep after feeding. Um, Although he just ate, he appears to be awake right now. I think he is going to go to sleep. So he went about 3 hours between his last feed and this feed, which was good because we were riding around in the car, and the whole time we were at the dentist's office, he was asleep. And I mean, they were passing him around, and he was just asleep, not waking up at all. Yeah. Yeah, you were asleep? You were asleep? So my trick when we have somewhere to be and we're getting in the car is to feed him before we leave, somewhere within the hour before we leave. So I tend to feed him, change him, dress him, put him in the car seat, then I get dressed, and then we go. So that keeps him sleepy and quiet in the car. And then when we get where we're getting, he's pretty calm. And once we got to the pediatrician, I had to disrobe him to get his weight. And so he pretty much woke up for that. So then he was awake for the doctor. And then when we were done with the appointment, he went back into the car seat and he went back to sleep. So I was going to try to go see my hairdresser because we were in that neighborhood. And she was out of town, so we didn't go there. So I just went to the dentist's office, which was a little out of the way, but we were dressed and out and about, which we don't get dressed and go out very often. So I figured we just go visiting while we do that. So everybody got to see him. They're just so excited. They know they were along the journey with me all 2 years of it. So just really, really happy to see him. And they weren't expecting me. So it's like I showed up and I was like, hello, look who's here. And it was like, oh, let me wash my hands. Let me wash my hands. So that was really cute. Really cute of them. Everybody thinks he looks just like me. I think he looks just like me as well. I would say as far as the donor, his complexion, and his hairline. So this is definitely not my hairline. This is his hairline. I have seen pictures of his dibblings, and some of his dibblings have the same exact hairline. So I think this is the donor's hairline, which is fine. He's got these scoops, these sort of scoops. I don't know. He's got a little bit of fuzz here, but I don't know if they'll fill in. He's got a little bit of cradle cap, which I've been working on. He's got a lot of baby acne, but that will clear up when it clears up. Right now it's just on his face, his ears, and his head. He occasionally will have like a bump on his arm or his leg, but just like one random bump. But most of the acne is concentrated to his face, a little bit into his hairline, and he's got some, well, I guess you could say into his hair, but that might be cradle cap contribution. So it doesn't seem to be bothering him much. He does appear to have like maybe some skin dryness, where his skin will peel a little bit, and that's that. But I mean, you can't really see that good on camera, but you know, he seems to be doing good. I think they said his head circumference, when the nurse took it, was like 15. When the doctor took it, she measured 14 and a half, something like that. So I don't know what his head circumference was when he was born. I did read that right before that leap, the head circumference does grow quite a bit. So I'm not sure what it was in his last few visits. I guess I will have to look that up, and I will put some information down here if that's the case. Yes. So don't mind some of this stuff. I got some laundry over here. Yes, because we just go through all of our swaddles because we either throw up on them or pee out our pamper just a little bit. Ooh. We've only had a couple of blowouts, but that was mainly mommy not making sure the diaper was on right. So the poopy has escaped. But we just had, I want to say three blowouts total in the last 4 weeks. Yeah, just 3 blowouts. Just 3. But we change diapers all the time. He is just going through them. He is on his second huge box of newborn diapers. We are about halfway through that second box, considering that he's 9 pounds now, and the newborn diapers will go up to 10 pounds. I think we might get one more box of newborns, and then we will move on to size 1s. Yes. I think size 1s start at 8 pounds. So he technically could go into size 1. He might be still a little too small for size 1. I feel like the size 1s he's like swimming in right now. So that's why I opted to kind of stick with the newborns. But I will say the newborns are starting to become a little small on him. Yes, just a little small. So, what are you doing? Just a little small. So, yeah, you want to say hello to the people? You turn to the camera. Say hello to the people. Yeah, I know you got hiccups. You see that? Oh, you trying to go to sleep? Do you see yourself? Jaden? Yeah. He's like, I just want to get rid of these hiccups, okay? But yeah, so, but we're doing really good. Doing really good there. All right, so I do have a gift that has come in. And, I will say, before I get into the gift, I want to do a little clip because we had an exciting month. We had a visitor this week, or I should say this past weekend into this week. And so I'm going to insert a little bit now. What's wrong with the baby? What's wrong? We got Shea Pebbles? What's wrong with the pebbles? She fussy. Hey. Uh-oh, we got real tears.
You see your cousin over there making all that watching? Now she make all that watching for nothing. She calm now, she got her baba. She calm now. Making all that watching. You see your cousin over there making all that watching? Hey little man. Hey Titi baby. Oh, what you getting?
Hey, that was my patty.
You want it patio, I'm gonna start making that ratchet too. I don't get my patty, I'm gonna start making that ratchet too. We both gonna be making some ratchet up in here.
Hello. Say hello to the people.
Say hello. Say hi. Say hi. And my TP came to visit me. And I've been a good boy since I've been here. I can't say the same for my cousin or the other brother.
She said, I was just a little hungry. Just a little. I'm good now. Oh, you know a phone when you see one, huh? Okay, I'm going to get the phone out the face. You go back to Ian. That's funny. She went right back. Uh-oh, you know a phone when you see one, huh? Hey, y'all. So Sandra was nice enough to come down and visit us.
Hi.
And she holding little Jaden.
Yeah, I hold the little Jaden.
Being a good boy.
Him smell so good, just like a little baby.
He got that new baby smell.
Him smell just like a little baby. Yes, he do. And him look at Tutu. pays good attention.
That's what they said at the forums. That's what they do.
And paying attention.
They like to look at your face and hear you talk.
Unfortunately, he probably ain't gonna want me to talk to him when he get a little bigger. Probably gonna be looking at me like, "Who are you? Where did you come from?"
Don't say that. I'ma know my TT. I'ma know my TT when I see him. Yeah, so Sandra came to visit us. I should say Sandra and Pebbles big brother, Deontay. Yes. So they all had come to visit here in Orlando. They did a bunch of things in Orlando as well while they were here, but they came here to visit with me and little baby G. Yes, they came to visit. Yes, they did. They came all the way from Chicago to come visit. Yes, they did. And so was just happy for her to come visit. That was really, really sweet. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you so much for coming. Yes, thank you so much. Yep. Hi, Ninja. The cat down here. Hi, Ninja. Yeah, you can hear him, but you can't see him. Yep, he's right here at our feet. But yep, so that was exciting this week. Yes, Jaden, that was exciting. So I'm going to put him down so that I can get to this gift, because I have this gift, and then we're going to close out this video, okay? All right, Bug. Come on, Bug. Oh, yes. Yeah. Let's try the passy. We want the passy? Yeah? No? We don't want it? That's okay. You don't have to have it. He's been a little spit up, so I have to keep stuff. Okay. So I got this box. It has come from Bed Bath & Beyond. I have an idea of what it is because I've been on my registry. I get these little notifications, but I don't know who sent it. So let's see who sent it. Uh-oh. Alright. Let's see what bye-bye, did I say Bed Bath & Beyond? I meant bye-bye baby. Alright, let's see. I know where the bye-bye baby, what bye-bye baby it came from, but this does not tell me who it is from. Okay, so given the where, I have another idea of who this might be from, but let's see what's in here. Hopefully it comes with a name. Come on, box. Oh, by the way, my carpal tunnel is better. It is getting better with every day. It's still a bother. I had an acupuncture appointment, kind of like an emergency acupuncture appointment, because I need to get my back, my shoulders worked out. So she stuck me with some needles, and she put some cream on me, and she also put some CBD and magnesium cream on my hands, like around, I say on this one hand, where the pain is the worst. I do still have the numbness in these fingers, but it's not like painful numbness. It's just constant numbness where things feel different when I press them. But when this is as far back as I can extend my thumb without it hurting. If I go any further back past that, it hurts. And then if I go really, really far, that hurts. And then the joint kind of gets stuck. And then trying to bring it back forward this way hurts as well. So, alright. So I got this box open. And, oh, there's another paper in here. Let's see who it's from. Oh, it says, "Hi, Tamika. I'm so happy for you and your little bundle of joy. I'm sending you love from the Windy City. So is that Chicago? I know the Windy City to be Chicago. And it says from Y-W-Y. Why? I'm not sure. But thank you so much. And yes, this is what I thought it was. It is the bedding. It just says Y. It says from all right, I'm not gonna say it. It's definitely coming from Illinois. Not exactly Chicago, but I guess Chicago area. And I'm just gonna say your first name, Wakanda. Thank you, Wakanda. Thank you so much. So let me see if I can pull it out the box without aggravating my carpal tunnel. And maybe there's a picture on here. I don't see any picture, but it just says the peanut shell. So since there's no picture on here, I'm going to open this box too. The paper does tell me what it is. So I know what it is. It is, let me see. Where do I open this box? All right, they make this hard, don't they? All right, let's see here. Okay, here we go. I'm looking at it from the wrong way. Ooh. Yep. It is crib bedding. So, let's see if any of this has a picture on it. None of it has a picture, but it's a set. So, bless the baby. So here is the gray and sort of mint with some animals on it. This is the quilt, right? And then we have the dust ruffle. Thank you so much, Wakanda, because I know when I did the nursery reveal, I said I didn't have the bedding yet. So thank you. This is the bedding that I had on my registry. That's the dust ruffle. And then here is the fitted sheets. Yeah. And it has a mobile, a musical mobile. And they're all sort of this mint colored elephants. They're all elephants and stars. I don't know if you can see that really well. There's no pictures. I'm kind of upset there are no pictures here, but this is like a little elephant and this little trunk here. And then there are some green and white stars in there. Yeah. So it says digital music box plays up to 12 different songs, requires 2 AA batteries, which are not provided. That is fine since I have a whole stack of them. Thank you, Wakanda. Thank you so much. Thank you. Am I saying that right? Wakanda? I don't want to say Wakanda because that sounds like Wakanda. You let me know if I'm saying your name right. I'm saying Wakanda. If that's not right, then, correct me. I know how difficult it is to have a name that people get wrong all the time because of the way mine is spelled. So I'm very conscious about pronouncing people's names correctly. So if you hear me say your name and I'm not pronouncing it correctly, correct me in the comments, okay? Okay. All right, so it's been 25 minutes. Thank you. I will say as far as my weight goes, I'm still 10 pounds under my pre-pregnancy weight, about 244 pounds. I fluctuate a pound up, a pound down, a pound or two up or down from there, but basically I'm still at the 10 pound. Coming up next is next week, or I should say this coming Monday, because today is Thursday. Yeah, the days are running together, y'all. This not going to work thing. But this coming Monday, I will have my 6-week checkup, which is not really 6 weeks. It's really like 5 weeks. But that's my follow-up checkup with the midwife. Oh, no, that's not next week. That's the week after next, on the 25th. I'm telling y'all, the days are just running together. So in 2 weeks, I will have my checkup. So after that checkup, the plan there is to then start taking walks. So I I've been using his car seat, but I've not been using his stroller. So that will give me an opportunity to use his jogging stroller. And we'll go out. We'll start going out on walks. The plan there is to start with 3 times a day. We'll see how I do 3 times a day. I might just make it a daily thing as part of our little morning routine. Yeah, I might just do that. And see how my weight goes. I have a teeny tiny bit of a milk stash from pumping. I do need to get into a rhythm of pumping. I've not gotten into a rhythm yet. I'm still working out like our schedule because he's still sort of feeding at will. So I'm still trying to get into that rhythm. But I try to pump at least once a day. I don't always make the once a day because sometimes I'm just tired and I don't feel like getting it and then pumping and then cleaning it and putting it away. So that whole process takes about 20 minutes, 25 minutes because I pump at most 15 minutes total. So sometimes I'm just so tired and I just don't want to do it. So that's how that's been going. But I do have a teeny tiny bit of the stash and I'm going to start to build that. So there's that. I'm trying to think what else. His next appointment will be his 2-month. I think I already mentioned his appointment, like me having to switch his appointment from being clear across town to the same office. So we're going to have to do that. Yes. You didn't want the pacifier, but you got your hand in your mouth. Okay, let's go with the pacifier now. I'm trying to get him used to the pacifier instead of his hands because I don't want him to be a thumb sucker or a finger sucker. So I can't take his hands from him, but I can take a pacifier from him. So when he feels like sucking on something, I try to give him the pacifier. But most of the time, we're usually pretty good without the passy. Yeah. And he still kind of puts his hand up to his mouth. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. He's doing it now. Let's see if you can see him. Yeah. He still kind of puts his hand up here as if he's sucking on his hand. I guess he used to do this a lot in the womb. So I'm trying to like break him out of sucking on his hands. But yeah. So we're doing good. I guess one more thing that I could do since it's 1 month is I can show you my scar. It's not nasty, I promise. It's not nasty, it's not bloody, but since you guys have been seeing my belly before, I can show you my belly now. 4 weeks and 4 days. 4 weeks and not 4 days. 4 weeks and 3 days postpartum. I'll show you what my belly looks like. And then you'll see my fibroid surgery scar revision. All right. Okay. So I'm going to stand up here. Let's push the camera back a little bit. So you can see, I do still have a bit of a bulge because, well, I'm fatty. And then here's the front. So these are all old stretch marks. I had these stretch marks prior to pregnancy, so those are not due to the baby, but you can see my scar, that all that keloid is gone. And it is a bit uneven, right? So I've got a little bit more fat on this side than I do on this side, and it's, you could tell they kind of pull the skin this way. And the scar goes into my belly button, which the previous scar did not, and it comes a little bit lower than the previous scar did. But so far it looks great, right? It looks great. And then I'm just a little, like, incredibly jiggly around here because, well, this is where the baby used to be. So, doing all good there. So I can get back into my sauna suit and we can go for walks. And hopefully we can suck some of that in. And then hopefully I can lose 10 pounds or so over the next few months. 10 or 20 pounds over the next few months. To get my BMI under 40. So that is the goal, get my BMI back under 40. So that means I have to weigh 235 pounds. I would like to be back there by the next time I go through another retrieval. So I got until basically April-ish to get my weight under there. So I've got all of December, January, February, March, 4 months to lose basically 10 pounds. So I'm hoping with the addition of the walking, the addition of the pumping, that the weight will start to fall off, and the doctor will be happy. The other thing going on is now open enrollment at my job, and so it is time to work on the insurance. So our insurance is changing. I mentioned this already. We're changing from United Healthcare to Blue Cross Blue Shield. I will let you know what some of the fertility changes are if I can figure them out. And see if there'll be any benefits to this changing. I also want to do another video because I have a play dad. Hi, Jim. You watch the videos. He's kind of like a play dad to me. I've known him for many years, and he offers like some prepaid legal. And I kind of want to look at. So he called me to make sure that I had a will. Wanted to know if I needed any assistance in updating my will, since I have a new baby, and these are things that are important. So I do not have a will today. I don't even have a living will today. But now that I have a dependent, a true dependent, and I have assets like my house, and my retirement money and insurance money and all of that through my job, it's important to make sure that I know what happens to him if something happens to me before he turns 18. So these are things that have to be worked out. I'm going to do kind of go through all of this in a different video. I do have a prepaid legal available to me through my job, but I need to compare those benefits with what he's offering. But I do want to give you an opportunity to think about these things yourself if you haven't already done that. And I will do another video where I will also give you a referral to him and what he's offering in case you're interested in it. So it doesn't matter where you are, because he's in California offering it and I'm all the way in Florida, and obviously it's something that I can get involved in, and they have lawyers all over the country and stuff. So this is very important. So I'm just going to do a separate video talking more about that once I kind of get myself together, and then my process as far as putting together a will, a living will, and all that great stuff. So as a single mom by choice, obviously there isn't a partner to take care of this kid if something happens to me, and also the family that I have around, there's all of that, and I wouldn't want him to go into the system if something happened to me. So all of that has to be worked out. So when I get that figured out, and I make the phone calls that I need to make, I want to have some serious conversation about that in a video, and then I will probably premiere that video. So, and then maybe do a live behind it, so that people have some questions that I maybe don't address in that video. We can work all that stuff out. Okay. All right. So I've been a little behind in posting. I'm going to try my best to catch up, but just know that these things are coming. Okay, Bug. It's time for me to just swaddle him, and hopefully he'll get to sleep so Mommy can eat some lunch. Yes. Okay, here's your patchy for now. Maybe we can calm down a bit. Okay. All right. So I'm going to end this video because this is getting long. We're pushing on 40 minutes here, and I know y'all don't like the long videos, but I wanted to make sure I got the gift together. I wanted to make sure I got you his 1 month update, and yeah. All right. So it's been a pleasure. I know some of you are pregnant and are due soon. Some of you have given birth recently. Congratulations. prayers for safe and healthy deliveries. I'm thinking about all of you. I am also thinking about all of you who are still in the wait. So sticky baby, that's to all those who are TTC. Bye.